By trade, I have a BA in advertising photography, so not a special computer guy. I did computer studies in videregående, which I think disappeared, so I was enjoying my time with Turbo Pascal 5.5 and yeah, good old days, but since 93 until a short year ago, I basically haven't touched any code or anything like that. So I've been doing advertising photography. I've been sponsored by Canon and Apple and done quite a lot of lectures. And the business has turned quite a bit, so I'm kind of a bit tired of it. So I'm thinking about trying to do something else. And we built something called CLI. Together with a friend of mine and a teacher who couldn't come because of some students who was late. So, in February, I had no experience and we just made this ourselves, learned it, and bootstrapped it, and got a bit of help from friends and support forums, and it went the right way. We want a membership site, and we looked at quite a few around the world, and some were good, some were crappy, and we just wanted to, give people the joy of photography and the knowledge, because a lot of people spend a hell of a lot of money on equipment, and they can't use it at all, basically. So we want to teach them a bit of photography, but of course we want to make money. I'm not doing this out of charity. I don't believe in that thing, give away for free, because I think most of the people do it, have a hidden agenda, and I think that's kind of okay. Some people are genuine about it, but I think most of the people I see giving away everything for free, they want something on the other end, and I'm at least honest about it. So we made courses with video. Some of this is Norwegian, some is English. I took something from web page and I didn't want to translate it. So we have video. We use quite a lot of quizzes because I like to test my knowledge myself. We use a bit of text. We use forums. We use simple press forums. Probably the thing you haven't been a success from what you've made. Not because of the forum plugin, because the user don't use it enough. And every month we have a live webcast, so people can ask us questions live and chat. Reasonable, like 10 to 15 people turning up, so it's quite okay. So, oops, I need to move this over. This is the website, and some parts of this is, whoops, trying to use, where is that? There we have it. Some part of this is free. We have a blog, which of course is free. And we have the membership site here. And here. Why doesn't, okay, well, just open it here. Here we have the courses. Try to give. I think we had sound before. Okay. Okay, I am speaking there. And we have some quizzes, so people can test their knowledge. This is basically how it's built up, and people need to pay to see the most of it. Some parts are free, but yeah, I'm logged in, so I'm not going to press. paying option. But it's basically a really short introduction to the site. Lots of fun one with no sound. So, in this summer, we made our first sales. I think we sold around 360 courses so far for money, and we have 180 test users. So what we used was WordPress. We used a plugin called Your Members, and since I'm not such a technical guy, I went for my own dedicated server. Why WordPress? Because I had no knowledge about making web pages, and we didn't have money. We got some quotes for this together with Canon when we started talking about this a few years back, and it's like simple startup from 400,000, and yeah. So we just thought, what can we do on ourselves? We wanted it to be simple, and it had to be scalable, because it needed to be easy to set up with a few users, but it shouldn't be a problem to have 10,000 or 50,000 people inside. And easy for the users, so they don't have to spend a lot of time learning it. That was like the core thing we put together when we was looking for a system and how to make it. Membership systems, I spent a long time looking at it, and it was enormous amount of kind of bad plugins, and we bought a few of them and asked for money back, because maybe I was not knowledgeable enough, and yeah, I bought kind of a bit much because of the reviews. But finally we chose an English system. It's really nice to have support forums where they go to work at the same time as us, and when you can get fast help. I don't think it's a very hard system to use, but when you don't have much knowledge, it's really nice to have somebody awake at the same time. And they've been, yes?
Which plugin did you end up?
Your Members. They've been doing it since 2007, so they're one of the bit older one. It basically runs everything. From getting the users in, it handles all the payment, it takes care of when we're going to throw them out, or which pages they're going to have access to. I can choose you and you can have access to that based on different rules, or I can say only you get access to this page. I can have different setups so they can buy extra pages if they want, or extra parts. So everything that's really flexible, I can make as many versions of that I want. And they also have a part for securing the content. I use a bit of it, but not all of it, because you need to use Amazon cloud hosting. And when you run video of a certain length, it tends to be quite expensive. So we went for Vimeo. Also because it's nice for the users and it's functioning good. We tried it in the start with Amazon, and yeah, I think it was a bit more hassle. So I'd rather have people steal a few of the videos than have them annoyed. So and it also handles everything from emails. You can send out emails, broadcast through different services like MailChimp or Aweber or Constant Contact, and a long list. And basically, it does my life easier. And I think if a plugin doesn't make it easier, I should at least not pay for it. Oops. Why? I go one page too long. Just so you can see a bit. This is the web page. and it takes paying, and of course I have recurring payment, so I can charge people either by the year, a month, or whatever I want. Has very good user management, and it's getting way better soon. So this is basically just get back to. It consists of several plugins. The main core plugin, which you need to run, and you have a mail manager. Secure Stream is the system that makes it hard to steal your videos. And when I tried it out, I got a friend of mine who's kind of good at stuff like that to try to steal it, and he couldn't at least. But it was a bit more hassle than we wanted. Your monitor makes sure people can't log on from several computers. That's quite nice. It also has Facebook integration. We haven't put it up. Not because it's not good, but because I haven't had the time. But I think we want it because then you can have login through Facebook, which will make it even harder for people to share a password. That can be good. Also have an adaptive pricing module, so you can set up rules for pricing, so price can go up and down, and yeah, whatever you want. And it has a nice little thing called Invite Ape, which basically can help you use your users to invite their friends and give them rewards. And it's coming a new version now, so developers are kind of a bit stressed because they're going in beta on that. It should have been out this week, I think. So this is the version 12, and they're making a new group membership, so you can like make certain groups for companies or whatever. And they're making multiple currency and a new member management interface. That's going to be good because it's kind of a bit slow to use. And you also can make it easier to show different content depending on which profile fields they have plugged in. Let's say you want to have different contents for people above the age of 18, or if they live in Oslo or whatever. And it's also going to be, I don't use drip feeding, but that's going to be also automatically sending out emails at the right day and stuff like that. So, and they're also coming yesterday, telling they're going to supply apps for the system. So for a quite good price, and making Android and iOS app. It's going really fast through this. For server, I'm using Hetzner. I was on share host in the start, and suddenly one of the sites got really much traffic and everything was going fucking slow. And when you're paying 49 euros a month for a dedicated server, there's no point slowing down your site using a shared. I know people want to see plugins. I took out the one I liked. Here's a couple more, but it's one I really like. The Slick Quiz is a quite new quiz plugin. I spent a hell of a long time looking for quiz plugins because basically most of them either lacked functionality or really sucked layout-wise, or you couldn't have more than one quiz on a page, or This is really good front end. It's not so good back end, and it's brand new, but it's looking really good. So I'm currently spending time taking away content from another quiz plugin. That's the one I really would recommend because I think it's cool, and the developer seems really nice. So, then to the more fun part. And think we're gonna have a just let me have mirrored screen so I can see about what I'm doing. Down here you have your members, and these are all the plugins I use. Oops. There's another quick quiz plugin, which kind of not functioning so good. So here we have the opening page. You can see how many you bought for a time and how many people you have. Quite a bit of history. And if you go to the member section, here you have all the members. You can filter them out by name or which package type they have, how you got them in, and quite a few criteria. If anybody has any question, please just scream out. And you can of course make the fields you want, so you can get exactly the information you want. Use radio buttons, use drop downs, everything you want. Just go here. Okay, let's take a new one instead. You can just add here what you want and choose the type of field you want. So you can make a password, drop down, or multiple selection. So you can really get some nice answers about people. We haven't done it so much because, from what I've been told, it's harder to convert people if they have a lot of questions they need to fill out. But we're thinking to add a bit more and ask people to fill it out later, after paid, because you can basically have them to fill out their email address, go to PayPal, and come back and need to fill out more. So they already paid, but they don't have access before they fill out more. It's kind of a bit of sneaky, but can be a good function. And good old invoice. Not so many people who tried it. Whoops, two of me. And couple more. But that's life. But it's kind of good. At least have the option to give out an invoice automatically. And you just need to remind yourself to look at the bank account. They told me they will get in the next version, so you will get an email yourself as well. I added it in the code now, so I get an email. But the first user was kind of a bit of a drag because I didn't see money get into account, and she got kind of a bit pissed. I want to go here first. You have different types of packages. You can create basically as many as you want, with which content you want. These are the one we have. We have guest. You need to have guest. And you need to have a free account. You can't remove them. We have a member, a school, where we basically have the people, test users. We use quite a few school students. We made one for our team, for people who help us. Basically, because we want to be able to have some of the content viewable by us first, and then make it public. I'm dyslexic, so it's kind of nice to have somebody to read through it. So, and we also have one for old members who cancelled. And last Thursday was the first day we sold our course in Japan Photo. So, in good web style, I got a box. So you can now go and buy these courses in Japan Photo. you get a code here and give it away as a Christmas present, whatever, and they enter a code and they get access. So, good way of making money, not just on the web. So, if we go here, oops, and okay, let's get another page where we have some. So if we press edit here, you see something here, it's in the private tags. Basically, everything you put into the private tags, only the people, I'll move this a bit higher. I don't know why this resets once in a while. So if I press like that, then team SL won't be able to see it. So that's the basic, easiest way of making something private. But you can also, you have here no access. That means the people who haven't paid, who are not allowed to see the page, they get this. Basically being told to buy. And you can also say only users who are, let's say, Skole, get access to this. And don't use this, but also use the shortcode. I haven't done that, but on a lot of sites that can be quite good because you want to show different content to different people inside the same page. And that's going to be a hell of a lot better when you can do it easily with fields in the profile, hopefully in December. Another thing is coming in December is sneak preview. So Google basically gets to see the page, everything, and the first time somebody comes to the site, they may see the page, if you choose to, or the content you choose to. Because a big problem with a site like that, we have quite a lot of content we don't want to give away. So today we don't get any juice from or any love from Google because of it. But soon Google will be able to see it, and the first time somebody from a computer click on a link in Google and come, they will be able to see it. And I think that's going to be quite good. Hopefully it will increase our Google rating and makes life a bit easier. That's main types of regulating which content people can see. Any question about that? Totally confusing? Good. So, when I don't understand why the sequence here, but maybe the people who made it can. Because you need to make the package type before you can make the packages. So here you can make as many packages as you want, and so you can have people sign up for a different length of time, or just like have different, here we just want to have the employees of Japan Photo in one group, because we want to be able to give them special content, basically. So if you want to make a new package here, wait, well, let's go back and rather see. It's kind of easier to see with one. Just give it name, price. You tell which packet type, duration, and you can of course have a trial price. You can say it's free for the first 14 days, or cost 1 krone or whatever, and then Google and then PayPal charge the rest of the money after, let's say, 14 days. And you can choose how long time it will go. Do you want it to go for 10 months and then end? Or ongoing or whatever? Which role do you want them to have? We haven't made more roles, but I think I would like to do it because it can be nice to get them into different parts into the forum. So that's, and you can have a place where to send them when they got the payment. You can hide all content, and of course you can hide these packages from the login subscription where people are paying, so they need a code to get it or a link. Because you want to make different of these packages to sort people, so you have a bit of a system of them, and you don't want everybody to know exactly what you're doing there. You choose how you're going to pay. Oh, and choose what's happening when they're leaving as well. If you want to drop to certain membership or whatever. You have free membership. I just use PayPal. You can use several here. Then they will appear here as well. Or invoice. I use PayPal and invoice. So we're getting to another option later. I can get everybody to go to a special place when they log in. If you want them to see some news, we choose to let them go to the blog or wherever you want. You can block the admin, of course, and you can even have them go to a special place when they're logging out. We have a registration flows, so you can basically make a flow of several pages where you can have options. If the person do like this, I haven't tried it, but it looks quite simple. So just like, it need to be 2 pages, basically one with information and one for payment. But they don't need to see the second page. Yeah.
Jeg tar på norsk, ja. Men det bildet du hadde hvor du kan velge mellom å betale med PayPal eller faktura.
Ja.
Hvis du velger faktura der, det noe sånn, sjekker den opp noe?
Nei.
Altså, det skjer ikke noe, det helt manuell baksiden, ikke sant?
Ja, da må jeg gå inn og si at de får tilgang. If somebody gets an invoice, I need manually to give them access afterwards when they're paid. But I'm sure if you wanted to integrate with Klarna or something, that's probably possible. So they don't get access without you telling when they ask for an invoice. And it's just like to click here and make the list, and you can of course just like move it around. You can get the sequence of the stuff you want. So if you want the phone in between sted and post number, no problem. Just don't press flow process. Then you just make 2 of them together here, or as many pages as you want. And here you can have PayPal in between, so you can go back to PayPal. Coupons. The only thing is a bit of a problem right now. After the last update of WordPress, something happened and it's not functioning as good as it should. It somehow don't always give the discount it should, and they told it's going to be fixed in the next version, and I didn't believe I had a problem, and suddenly somebody in the weekend told me I had a problem because I tried it out and I don't understand why, but hopefully shortly it's going to be back functioning good. It was kind of a bit of a roar on the forum.
Did it throw any error out when you saw it?
No, just don't give this discount or tell the code is wrong. I think the explanation was something with the way done with numbers in WordPress, or I can't remember, to be honest. I just like, okay, I'll wait a few weeks, and the beta is coming out very shortly, and from what I read, they usually are really fast out with a proper product. So here we have payment gateways. You can choose where you want payment, and just go in here and edit, put in your PayPal details or other details, and choose which currency you're going to use. From next version you can use several currencies at the same time. So that's going to be good for somebody. And you can of course tell if you're going to have VAT and stuff for the invoice. Here's the content menu. Here I put what all the new pages should be like. I can go in every page and alter it myself, but you make a standard, so the page come up with the standard fields I want. So member, school, team, and Japan. Photo, get, access. And you can also see, say if that you can buy a post or page on its own, as automatically. I don't have that option. You have download manager. If you want to sell PDFs or music or whatever, you can use this to store the content, so it's really hard to steal. So they can't share the link. Basically what they do is link will only last for a few seconds. So, and I haven't done it. If you have an old site, you can of course add the settings to every page. So you can just go in here and look at every page and click, and what you selected will be entered to every page and saved. Quite handy if you're adding, let's say when we were adding Japan photo 3 weeks ago, it would have taken a long time to go in and fix it on every page. And or you can choose by category. If you want to sell something on a page-by-page basis, you have the options here. Or you can make bundles. So you can say these 10 pages are a bundle, and I want to sell them as well. So it's very easy to get a basic membership and then sell up and have more content. They just need to press upgrade, goes through PayPal, and you get the money. Very easy. You have quite a bit of security settings here. You can also choose to protect the entire site and just get it to close it down. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can also use this for RSS. So only the people who have the right access will get it, and they get the token, and when the subscription ends, they don't have access anymore. So if you're going to have a podcast or something sent out to people who are paying, that's quite handy. Here you basically have a lot of options to customize the wording and the settings. And you can redirect people to different pages and stuff like that. Let's just skip it. You of course have the email options here. And you can export all the settings and import them and users to other websites. So it can be nice to just take an extra backup of this and get it in. Secure stream will make your content private, especially good for videos. So They can only watch it, and of course then you should stream it and don't let them download it to their computer, because if they can download it and watch it a bit later, it's no point in making it. And if you're on a slow line, then it's quite bad, because if you need to stream and on a slow line, yeah, it is crap. That's why we don't use it. This is the mail manager. You have... Okay. Yeah, these gateways as standard. I think it's optional as well.
Can you say and send newsletters to
Yep.
Your members?
Yeah. So here you can send it. Here you can see how many opened it. You can choose who's going to see the emails you're sending, newsletters you're sending. So you can basically create everything here. You never have to go to MailChimp or... yeah. It depends a bit on which software you're using, but basically you don't need to leave this system to send everything you need. And you can of course make sequences. So from the day they're entered as a member, they will get this and this, yeah. All the standard features, and you don't need to go into MailChimp or... yeah.
Membership statistic tools, what do you have available there?
On the first page we had a bit of it.
Yeah,
and
so you can see all the different products they've purchased,
yeah.
courses they've taken.
I can't see which pages they've been into. So basically we have made it so they have access to most of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't see which pages they've been to, which I really would like to.
Yeah, because you might want to offer something based on their history, right?
Yeah.
But you can't, you don't have a full overview of
I don't have every page they've been to.
No.
But that's something that would be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can get them to click on stuff and get more information into, let's say, if they're filling out a form on a page or something like that, if they've done an exam or something.
Right.
So it's possible, but I would really like to see more information about which pages people have seen. But we use getClicky for statistics, and one of the things I haven't done is I can get getClicky to track the membership name. So I can basically use that for seeing that. And then I can search. I don't think that's completely legal in Norway. At least not according to Datatilsynet. But our server is in Germany, so... here you can of course make welcome messages, set up for invoice, and yeah, all those settings you want. That's basically a short version of this system. We're going to set it up a bit later from scratch.
Isn't translated to Norwegian?
You need to translate things yourself. And unfortunately they're not using PO and MO on everything. Okay. Because they have a lot of customization of the text in the system here. If we go to advanced messages, and I'm a bit bad at this, and whoops, yeah. So it's a lot of the text that's available for the user, or most of it, it's meant so you can customize it. And that's good and it's bad. And as you see, I've been lazy here. But nobody complains, so you can customize everything so the user sees it in Norwegian. And I do believe if you use the export settings, you can, when you export it, it will come back with Norwegian translation if you're going to use it on another page. But I would really like to have an MOPO file to do it, because it would be much easier than to remember every place in here. They have some text you can customize.
Have they given any reason why they don't support regular translation systems?
No. I think the closest I've seen is they want it to be easy for English people to customize the text.
Pretty bad reason.
Yeah, they're from Leeds. Northerners. I think it's a bad thing. I don't understand why. Should we have a short break before we try to put up a site from scratch?
Pizza isn't not here yet. So
Okay, yeah.
Let's go for another 10 minutes.
That was a bit early. Okay. Any question about this? Before I going on? Yeah.
Did you set up the coupon system for Japan?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you set it up?
How I set it up? I use FileMaker to make 10,000 codes. Because then I have for a while. And I could either get them to enter it, coding futures, all 10,000, which I haven't done, which I probably will. Just pay them a few crowns to put it into the database. Or I bribed a friend of mine and she put in 200 for me. I had to make a good dinner, but so it's just like.
Did you evaluate all your membership plugins?
Yeah, as I said, I paid for a few others, and I looked at least 15, and I paid for 2 others, which I didn't like. You just like put in the code here. So we say, and if we say 30%. And you can choose if it's just like new users or upgrades or both of them. And you can say how many people can use the code. Of course, for Japan Photo, as you see, it's 1 code. A bit up here, 1 and 1, yeah. Or 0 is everybody. And it's just like to press save. And the code is made now, and everybody wants enter now and use code WordPress should get 30% off. Which I've been told was a bit problem with. And I hope I'll have time to fix it. At least they told it's going to be fixed in number 12, it's functioning properly. So, and not everybody had a problem, so I'm not sure. So, but I'd really like to have a string like a kid number, where I just like say 314 and it calculates the codes. That's what I really would like. But I don't know any system who have it. Does anybody know a system like that? No. Because that's like the kid algorithm. Yeah. So it's kind of, but if you know MySQL better than me, you could probably go in and add the codes way faster than this.
Men det sånn at du må egentlig legge inn hver av de boksene du har selger?
Ja. Eller gjøre som jeg har tenkt å gjøre, sende de 10 000 kronene til England og på en mail og få de til å legge den. For jeg kan ikke nok MySQL til at jeg tør å gå inn i basen og rote. Jeg vet ikke om så veldig mange andre enklere løsninger hvis jeg ikke kan kode på noen andre systemer heller. Er det noen som vet om noen enklere løsninger i andre systemer?
CSV, for eksempel.
Ja. Men er det veldig mange systemer som har det?
Det vet jeg ikke.
Nei, for jeg fant ikke noe sånne på de andre medlemskapssystemene jeg så på heller. Så var det, ja. Da var det samme måten. Men da jeg... Ja. Det var ikke mange, jeg husker ikke hvor mye de skulle ha, men det var ikke mange kroner de skulle ha for å legge inn i 10 000 koder. Så... Det var visst nok veldig enkelt hvis du kan litt om MySQL, men jeg... Ja, som sagt, jeg har ikke peiling på det. Da holder jeg litt fingrene unna.
Men kan du si noe om noen av de andre du testet, og hvorfor du valgte bort dem?
Jeg synes det virket litt sånn rotete. Jeg fikk det ikke så enkelt til. Et av dem, der var masse rot med betaling og litt sånn til dem. Jeg fikk ikke ordentlig faktura og sånn, så da vil jeg ikke ha det. Rett og slett, jeg synes jeg litt useriøst, det kom ikke noe ordentlig og sånn. Men jeg prøvde flere som jeg ikke likte, rett og slett. Jeg så på alt det som jeg fant. Og når jeg googlet, og jeg kjøpte 2 stykker, og den ene den så grei ut, men jeg fikk aldri en ordentlig faktura fra dem, og da ble jeg sur. For det må jeg ha hvis jeg skal ha et regnskap. Og den andre fikk jeg ikke ordentlig til å kjøre, den bare krasjet litt.
Hvilke var det som du ikke andre?
Bare A-member var en av dem. Var den som ikke betalte, fikk noen faktura fra. Nei, nesten et år siden, altså.
S2 members?
Nei.
Du prøvde den?
Nei. Jeg husker ikke hvorfor jeg ikke likte den. Det var et eller annet den manglet. Hva det var, det husker jeg ikke. Den vel gratis i grunnversjon.
Ja. For å kjøpe tilleggs.
Ja. Og jeg ville også ha noe betalt for at jeg ville ha en ordentlig support. Og det var jo noe jeg så på flere av systemene. Det var jo at det hadde en support som virket som kunne svare litt. I og med at jeg ikke så dreven på dette her, så det greit å ha noen som kan det, som har betalt for å svare.
Men det engangspris, eller det fast utgift?
En liten blanding. Okay. Pricing, they have a bit different options. I don't think I have this. $150. I don't think it's too bad. 300 for unlimited. And they also have some quite low reseller prices if you're making web pages for other and you want the client to be able to have the rights to everything. I would go for the Pro, not the Core here, because I would like to have your mind around a couple like that. I've turned off today the option to log on several places because I was going here and I wanted to be sure I could go in as myself a couple of places and not fuck up anything today. But I really like to log out and lock out people if you're trying to log on from several machines. I know quite a few teachers who buy one license to different sites and have 30 students watching it or sharing codes. I think I've gotten like 10 Lydia codes from friends during the years. That's quite an important thing.
Hvilke betalingstjenester støtter du?
Quite a few. If we go to these, it had quite a few other, but they had a survey and half of them nobody said they wanted.
Hva med det sånn skandinaviske, altså PX og Dips og...
De la laget for en del andre. For det spurte jeg om, og de sa de hadde laget for en del egne for forskjellige land. Blant annet noe for Australia og litt sånn. Men jeg tror cirka halvparten av de supporterte før, de var ingen som ville ha, og som sa de brukte i brukerundersøkelse. Ja. Så da støtter de de store. Men det jeg forstod på dem, så var det...
Nei, altså de største i Norge blir jo PX og Tips og...
Ja. Ja, altså...
Kanskje ikke så stort på det norske markedet, men de...
PayPal for eksempel da,
Ja, den
er rimelig stor. Norske markedet.
Så man skal alltid det.
Engelske skatteetaten har valgt den. Det sier litt om at de har begynt å bli store. Så jeg må si at jeg synes det var helheten som gjorde jeg valgte dem, for de hadde alt det jeg ville ha av sikkerhet. Og sånn som den Invite-apen, som gjør at jeg kan få medlemmene til å invitere venner og kjente. Nesten affiliate-system for medlemmene. Det var også noe som jeg likte, sånn at jeg kan bruke medlemmene til å markedsføre. Så det var noen helhetsvurdering. Noe av grunnen til at jeg ikke gikk for dem til å begynne med, var det at jeg ikke hadde den sneak-previewen som nå kommer. For det var noe jeg ble anbefalt av andre jeg kjenner å ha. For at når du låser veldig mye av siden, så er det kjedelig at du ikke har Google har tilgang til det. Men den kommer jo nå. Så det var vel kanskje grunnen til at jeg ikke vil lage noen... Jeg har den skikkelig inne i den plassen om matrise med hva vi likte på forskjellige meg og en kamerat. Noe som virkelig skåret negativt her var at den ikke hadde noen sneak preview og mulighet til å vise en gang content og sånn som det kommer jo nå. De er ganske dårlige på markedsføring, de gutta her. Du finner den veldig lite om, men jeg har holdt på i 5 år og har veldig mye brukere. Og veldig aktivt og godt forum. Oh, sorry. They have a really good forum and a lot of nice users and been really helpful. Okay, let's go and... Oh, whoops. Let's make a membership site.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay, yeah.
I remember at least one.
That's good.
You mentioned they were coming out with apps,
yeah.
iPhone and Android. How is that going to work? Is it going to be a generic app for all your member sites, or are you going to be able to customize that?
Okay, let's go back a bit. There's going to be a dedicated app for your site. I think I took it in here. And okay, you have 2 teams. You get one for iPhones and one for other tablets. So you have like basically Android and iOS. And it will also take the fonts you use, the colors you want, the menu system you want. And I think the price was £900. Please don't quote me. Look on the webpage yourself. I don't think that's too bad. And then you have you don't need to make any adjustments, so the right people have the right access. So basically using the same web page, and so it makes it really simple.
So it's actually mobile themes then?
Yeah, basically, but it will be an app. And as I understood, you can have people download what they want on, depending on how you make it. They launched it yesterday, and I briefly read through it, and I copied and pasted. And saying the first one will be out by Christmas for the first clients. And I think I just sent off an email and said we want it because we want an app. First of all, because clients have already asked why we don't have one, and because I think it's going to be good marketing, and marketing-wise, I think it's the biggest reason why we want one. Because we have competition in Norway on photo courses and on Photoshop. I don't think any of them have an app. It was quite nice when Japan Photo chose us, because we didn't approach them. They were approached by another company, which they didn't like, so they basically went to Google and they looked through the people supplying this in Norway, which is 4 or 5 now. It was way fewer a year ago. and they liked our system, so that was good. But I think we will go for an app, and okay, it's a bit of money, but I think marketing-wise is the right choice. But they wrote quite a bit more about customization on the webpage. Right, I think you need to go into the forum place to read about it. You remember all the question?
No.
No? Okay. And you can of course choose which should have access to the app as well. So you can say that certain people will have access to the app. And you needed to get your own Apple developer account. Like that. I asked for an upgrade, so I got another account, so it looks like I haven't lost my other. This is basically the first you see when you activate the plugin. And okay, I need to activate a bit more, but so here you see basically in 5 steps what you're going to do. So you need just to press here, and it takes you that you need to enable registration. And no, you don't want disabled. And you can just like alter the text here till påkrävd or nödvändig or whatever you want instead of required. You can choose if it should be over SSL, this, and then you just press save setting. And I've done this, and it takes you to the next step. So it's basically an extremely simple setup. I had no problem doing this, and yeah, I have no background in web development at all. Was that no? Okay. So you can just make and say they have access for long. You also have here advanced, which I would say go for advanced because then you have a lot more options here. So you can choose where you want them to pay, if it's possible to get it free, and block the admin. I think that's one of the most irritating things with WordPress. Like, if you're a subscriber, you log in and you get this ugly admin site. So, yeah. So here you can tell them what you're going to do, where they're going to go. Press. You make your fields you want. And up here, I read you should avoid big letters, because this field is synced with MailChimp or other servers you set up, and some of those don't like big letters. Stor bokstav er visst ikke heldig der med enkelte tjenester. Ikke spør meg hvorfor. So you have here, so you can write, so you can have one text that will go to MailChimp or other system, your CRM or whatever, and you have one shown to the member. or of course a hint if you want to. And you can choose if it's going to be numbers or whatever. If it's going to be required, if it's only going to be shown on the registration or only afterwards. Some fields you may want to have afterwards, or yeah, make sure you have some data they can't change later. Here, of course, again, you can alter the text. Just put in your address. And if you want some special pictures or things to be shown, just add it. And just press save. I've done this. And then you need to configure the content. As I mentioned before, use flexible here, otherwise you basically tell that the entire site is locked down and nobody who ain't logged in can see anything. Which is kind of annoying if you want to make money on this, or if you have a group or anybody. You want to be able to hide certain parts of a page and have certain parts visible for everybody and change them so you show different messages to different people. That's one of the main things here. So if you can't show different messages to different people, then a bit of the idea behind the membership site goes away, I think. So here you can tell them to, if you don't want them to go to a home page, you can hide pages from menus, anything. You can also make another page for login and transfer people when they want to go to login there. Again, hide admin and stuff. So that's basically this, and I realized sometimes it's wise to run a cron job if you've done like the coupon codes. If somebody needs to use them really fast, I give away coupon codes on the telephone, and then I run a cron job because it seems that they're not functioning until a cron job is run, and that can take some seconds if you're, if it's not triggered. You can also choose to bypass the VP cron job. Do we have? I think that's the main things here. Here you can also say which people should have access to your members, because maybe you want some editor have access to it because you want somebody to be able to give away memberships or control the members, but you don't want them to fuck up the rest of your plugins. I guess for you guys who produce this for a living, you would like to hide the plugins and quite a lot, but you want people to be able to go in to members here and alter the memberships of people. So then you can just like say editor, and you can also say that contributor can select who can see certain pages. So this is, for us, is not so important, but if you're selling this to a company or to an organization, I guess you don't want them to, everybody to play with the plugins and everything. I think Yeah, we did this. I've done this. Okay, finished. Wasn't that long? So, if we want these text to be viewable for people inside who are a member, and this for people who are not paid, then just whoops, just press here, lock key, and like that. Private, private. Only members can see it. Only members you choose here. And no access. No access. This can't be seen by members. This can be seen by members. And if you want to take it a bit further, whoops, sorry. With a user has access, it's no message shown, but you can also alter this, so just certain, let's say only members can see this, or only free members can see it. And we use this a bit because Sture is a teacher, and we have used quite a few students for testing our system, and we have some information they see that the ordinary members don't see. And it's very easy to have that on the same page. You don't need to make more pages than you, yeah. So you can give them some extra questions, some extra assignments inside the same page without having any more work. The system has quite a good quite a good shortcut guide. It's kind of a bit, I think, it's getting bigger. It was a part-time, whereas I kind of some you didn't find this guide, but you found them in the guides for parts. But it's getting quite good. You can do a lot with shortcodes. You can choose which information let's say if you're building this, I haven't done it really nice, but if you do this, you can choose exactly which fields is going to be shown here with shortcodes, and you can customize it. You can customize the login, everything like that with shortcodes. So here you have, if you add after no access post, you can add the ID equal and name of the package group. That's the way you can choose, really fine-tune which part of the people have access. So I think it's quite a powerful tool. I think what the really bad is marketing and making the web page. They for me, it's not logical to have the blog inside the forum, but they are developers, and yeah, this is the blog of the company. I think they could have made it a tiny bit more user-friendly and easy to find, but you find all the information here, but they ain't good at marketing. That's, yeah. I like the guys who make it, I like the software, but they should have somebody, yeah, tell them a bit about marketing and how they can do, show people how to use it a bit better, because that's kind of their worst thing. So, I think you can set up this easily within an hour and a half. Somebody asked me in the break about Norwegian, and I think the way to do this is put everything up, translate everything, and then advanced, export, and export it. I kind of regret we didn't do it the first time, because it could be nice to have just those settings, because then I can just like make a new one and just import it and everything is ready, steady, go. Because it's kind of a hassle to translate all the texts. You have some logs here where you can see a bit who have bought and yeah, basically everything what they buy, but you can't see which pages they view, but you can see everything what they buy and get all the access here. I think I skipped that before.
When your membership is running out, do you get them reminder?
Yeah. And you can hassle them as many times as you want. And you can hassle them before. You can choose to send them an email, let's say, a week before, or at a day, or whatever you want. If you just go in advanced, and I think that was under messages. Nah, emails maybe. Okay, you have more options here after you put up everything.
Is there an interface to SMS messaging? No.
That's one thing I kind of would like.
Because people change email addresses quite often.
Yeah.
Men hvordan er gangen i det når det sendes ut en, for eksempel sendes ut en faktura da?
Ja.
Og så blir ikke den betalt? Hvor lang tid, altså hva er prosedyren da? Er det sånn at de havner i en sånn mellom...
De får ikke tilgang.
Skjer det sånn plutselig ved datoen, eller har det en sånn overgangs...
det kan du velge.
Okay.
Du kan sette inn en grace. Så i abonnementet så kan du si hvor mange dagers grace du skal ha. At hvis du går en uke over, så har du fremdeles tilgang. Men jeg ville jo sagt... I would ask people, I would send out quite early, and we only have yearly invoice. I don't want to have every month because I need to go in and press paid. But you can have like a grace period, so you can say if you haven't paid you have access in 7 days more after, whatever. Yeah.
Which pages will it make for you? Some kind of login screen and pay screen?
No, it doesn't make any pages. You have to make them yourself. But so you can choose exactly what you want. But right now, if you want to register, it will make a login page. Yeah.
Can you automate the invoicing?
Yeah.
Through the fields in the membership?
Yeah. So you
different members get different invoices depending on the fields.
Yeah, then you'd need to give them different packages.
Oh, it's depending on.
Yeah, I think so.
Packages.
Or maybe with a new system where you have like from the menu, which are coming in December. I'm not sure if that will go on the payment as well. Probably, because you should be able to choose what they're paying depending on that. But I'm not sure. I can't remember if they wrote anything about that.
Can they make printed invoices?
You can send an email to a printer.
If the email address is not valid anymore, then maybe
then you would need to print it yourself, but quite a lot of printers today you can send an email to, so you make a print automatically. But you can of course print your invoice from Metronet. But I think the easiest is to send an email to a printer. Otherwise, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. So go on the forum and ask them. They have an open part where anybody can ask, and they have a secure part where only a member can ask.
I think I'll follow up to what I was talking about. Will it tell you which pages you need to create to get everything working here? Or?
Basically, you have everything. What more do you need now? If you go to registration page now, you will be asked to pay.
Right.
So you don't need anything more than you have now. But what I would like to make, I would make a user profile page, because I don't want them in that ugly admin page. So they have really here the guides. I would say start here, go there, and they have told you exactly what you need to do. Or where do you have those videos? Am I blind? They have some videos here telling you exactly the same, which I can't see now. Oh. Ah, here. Or you can just sit down and watch those videos, and it tells you exactly what you need to do to set it up. But basically what I did is enough to have a complete member site running. But of course you need to put in the private tags and choose what's going to be hidden. I think you can put it so it automatically puts private tags on the new pages as well. But you can at least go in and do it with a content, mass content setup. But so you can choose which content you already have should be viewable. But I would go in and do it manually, because I would look at every page so you show right parts. And it's also kind of bad to have a page with no content at all, just like a blank page. First of all, Google hates it. And one thing, I think it's really, I used Yoast here, and on quite a lot, choose no index and tell Google to forget the stuff. So Google doesn't see a lot of pages where you have nothing for them or just the same. Because Google won't give me any love because they just see the same text about you don't have access and a nice image or whatever. So then it's better to tell Google to forget the page. We didn't do it in the start, and when I started doing it, Google liked us very much better. I think we went from photo curves from 37th place to 11th place in a couple of days. Just for telling it not to index a few pages. So I think that's quite an important thing. Because Google don't like blank pages. But it's getting better now. Yeah?
Just a comment, there is an official guideline on how you can actually show pages, membership pages to Google.
Okay, yeah.
They have an official documentation which says that if you have a membership page and if you want Google users to be able to find it, you just have to make it visible for them when they arrive from the Google search results.
Yeah.
Which means that if they actually search for whatever camera name Oslo,
yeah,
they will find that result. They will land on your page. They're gonna see it for 1 to 10 times or something like that,
yeah,
for free, and then you're allowed
yeah.
to charge them.
Yeah, that's what I talked about before. That was the reason why I didn't jump on the system in the start, because I didn't have it, and it's coming now in December.
So it's gonna be implemented in this plugin.
It is. Will be in December.
Okay, that's nice.
If they're in normal deployment at the time they're saying, which they've been so far. The beta periods they had so far have been really short, so and hasn't been much problem. When I tried the beta once and I didn't find any problem with it at all. I think they tried it quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. How is the membership data stored actually?
I have inside MySQL, but I have no idea on how they do it inside.
Separate from the WordPress?
I have no idea. I have some really good backup, 3 different places, and what's happening inside MySQL. A friend of mine who's a network guy had a lot of fun looking at it with some software he used, but I don't understand it, and I don't. As long as it's functional, I don't know. It's probably in documentation somewhere. I haven't searched for it. I have. I just want to say a bit about what our plans for the future is. I think the big mistakes we did when we started was choosing a team who was too heavy and did too much things. So the first really new thing I was going to do is make a new team, make something a lot faster, because that was kind of a bad choice. I would like better integration with offline, because one of the things I've experienced is members call me and ask something and I don't have all the data on my iPhone. I need to go in, so I need to I've tried a few plugins and I have nothing I like, but I really would like some better. I want it on my iPhone, preferable in the address book. With membership information, so hopefully I can manage that. A friend of mine who knows much more database are trying to get it into the Google address book for me, so hopefully he'll manage that. That's really annoying because I don't have access to it, and you're standing on your iPhone, somebody's calling, and you basically can't use the internet either because you're talking. I think the challenge for us is marketing. I'm used to making advertising for other people, not for myself. We need to make more content. Today we have Photoshop, iPhoto, one advanced splits, and photo basic. More content, more good searchable content, and more happy customers. That's the big things we're looking for. We had some of those questions before. I made a bit of offer here. If somebody wants to buy it, I think I managed to put in the code WordPress. They have 30% off that price. So that's 690 something. Somebody better in math than me. Yeah. So if somebody wants to do that, or if they want a box and giveaway for Christmas, I'm happy to sell. So, any more questions or anything, I'm happy to try to answer. No? give it a try. I think you will enjoy it. If any have any questions, send me an email or ask them at the forum. Thank you.